Jordan Smith with Local Utah Realtors, Equity Real Estate, and today I have the opportunity to sit down with Mayor Mark Allen here in Washington Terrace City Hall is where we're coming at you from. And he's just going to take a few minutes to tell us what it's like living in Washington Terrace, what makes it so great. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Jordan. Washington Terrace is a great little city, great little community. About 9,400 people on the south end of Weber County. But the reason I love Washington Terrace is it's just so close to everywhere. It's a small community, not a lot of business in Washington Terrace, but you can get to anywhere in just a short period of time. You can go south and you can get to Davis County, Salt Lake City. You can go to the east and go to the ski resorts or to Morgan County. You can shop anywhere close by in Riverdale or South Ogden, or you're very close to anywhere in Weber County. So it's just very centrally located, and I love it. I've lived here kind of off and on since I was 10 years old, and my mother and father still live here, and I have a son that still lives in Washington Terrace. Great place to live. Speaking of close to everything, we've got a county library, we've got a Ogden Regional Medical Center, very large hospital, which is always growing. Right now, as a matter of fact, they're building a huge medical center. We have many other doctors' offices, dentist offices, senior centers. We've got schools. We've got 2 elementary schools, 1 junior high school, and of course 1 high school, Bonneville High School, which we all heard the saying, once a Laker, always a Laker. So, so we appreciate Bonneville High School and all they help us with in the city. So it's just, we love Washington Terrace because it's just a small community, no congestion, but it's close to everywhere. So if you want congestion, you can go find it somewhere else. So that's why we love it.
Awesome.
In Washington Terrace.
Quick little story too, and I'll let Mayor Allen talk about this, but he's kind of known as the lucky mayor. Maybe I'll let him dive in and explain how he's the lucky mayor. He's been the mayor for more than 19 years, and he had 1 close call, and he'll tell us just a little bit about it.
Yeah, I lucky or not, but I'm still here. So, and glad to still be here. But let me just tell you a little story. In 2006, and this is a good point to pass along with election time coming up. Every vote counts. In 2006, there was a tie between the mayor's race here in Washington Terrace City. So it was exactly an exact tie. And so in the state of Utah, if there's a tie in an election, then the state says by law you have to do a game of chance to win that seat. So our city recorder over the elections decided talked with us, 2 candidates, that I'd like to have you guys roll the dice. So that's what we did. So built a little table for us, our little own special table with a divider down the middle, and our recorder, our election gal, she gave us each a pack of brand new dice. We opened up the dice, and she said, on the count of 3, throw these dice onto the table, and we'll see who gets the highest roll. So we said, okay, so 1, 2, 3, roll the dice, and we rolled at the same time. I looked down at mine, and I was a little bit discouraged. I rolled a 4 and a 1.
Oh.
And so that's why my email address is mayormark41. And so, but I rolled a 4 and a 1. And I was pretty disappointed until I looked over on the other side of the table, and my opponent had rolled a 2 and a 2. So easy math, that adds up to 4, and mine added up to 5. So by 1 dot, I was still the mayor, and so have been ever since. And luckily, everybody has voted and cast their votes, and we haven't had a real close race like that since. So we're happy about that. So every vote counts. Don't forget that. It's a great privilege to vote. And speaking of that, Washington Terrace is in the election spirit as everywhere else. Right now we have 3 council members up for re-election, and We have 5 on the ballot, so if you're in Washington Terrace, please get out and vote. You'll probably receive a mail-in ballot here pretty soon. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's really funny. So when did you get the actual email? Was it after the election that you moved to have Mayor Allen 41 as your email?
Well, this was back in '06, and I can't remember when we really got our first emails.
Okay.
But so that was probably the first email I had, because that was probably back before there was a lot of emailing going around. But I just thought I wanted Mayor Mark, and that was already taken for some reason, and thought, well, I'll throw the 4-1 on there, and that's stuck ever since. So.
Well, that's just a really awesome story, very, very memorable, and makes remembering his email easier too. Just know that Washington Terrace is an amazing place to live, and part of why it's great is because of Mayor Mark Allen here and what he's done to contribute to the city, and we're in good hands with him as the mayor. So. Re-election coming up in a few years. He hasn't quite said if he's going to keep the streak going, but
oh yes, let's keep the streak
19 years strong, and we'll see what's happening in a couple of years. So appreciate him sitting down and just taking a minute to tell us a little bit about what's great in Washington Terrace, and thanks a bunch for your time.
Okay, thank you, Jordan.